Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your favorite life coach. I hope all of my cousins are doing very, very well. I hope they had a beautiful, blessed day. And today I want to talk to you guys about something. This is like a mommy things. If you guys notice, okay, I haven't finished my Mother's Day vlog yet because I bought one of those like project thingies and I'm trying to figure out how to get it off of there. Okay, I am not tech savvy. Real slow when it comes to computers. Okay, so anywho, but even you see, I don't even have an intro. I'm waiting on my daughter to make it. She taking her precious time. Anywho, so I kind of want to talk to you guys about something that I was watching with my daughter. It's like this true crimes investigation. And they brought up this little boy named Junior. I don't know if y'all remember the significance of his story. It was absolutely like every time I see that cry, I just can't. Poor baby. Well, I wanted to talk. Y'all talk to Tank so he'll quit. My dog always if you start talking, my dog thinks you're talking to him. He's gonna start talking to you. Anywho, so I want to talk about something. Okay, so I want to talk about the significance of being a parent and keeping your kids in safe environments. Me, I so happen, and I said it before on one of my things, have been homeless. I've been homeless more than one time. And mind you, I was homeless. I don't know if you got the story, but it was because I got a divorce. I was a stay-at-home wife, and I got a divorce for a guy in the military. And he like did some crazy stuff, like held us hostage for 2 years because he didn't want us to leave, and I wanted to divorce. So he granted me the divorce behind my back. He did it so he wouldn't have to pay alimony. Like, he did everything illegal and dirty. Like, right now I can go sue the hell out of him if I wanted to, but I just don't want to be bothered with him, so I really don't give a fuck. Just leave me alone. But anyway, so that's why I was homeless. Then when I came home, I had a fire. Little things like that. Well, not like 2023, I got into it with my landlord because he put cameras in my house, and he was literally speaking through the cameras. Well, we started arguing back and forth. I went to court, and I refused to pay him. Because, like, I'm not supposed to be paying you. You in here watching me. That's so creepy. I assumed that the judge, being a woman, would be on my side. Like, are you serious? Like, this is basically like cybercrime, like sexual exploitation. It's crazy. Well, she said you did it wrong though. She said you can fight, but you still need to pay him. And I was like, I'm not paying him shit. And so I became homeless because I thought that my friend was going to let me stay with her like she said, and that's not what happened. Well, we decided to go to Texas because I was over Oklahoma. I was over nobody having my back. I was over like the craziness. Like, they were literally allowing my ex-husband, who's not from here, to walk around like nothing, knowing what he did. And mind you, this is my hometown. I was embarrassed. Like, because in Texas, he can't walk around. They try to kill him. Here, he just walks around with nothing, like it's nothing. And I'm just so confused. Like, where are our bangers? I'm just playing. But I'm just playing. But anywho, so so I was like, I'm over this. I'm going back to Texas. And so when I went to Texas, I was supposed to go stay with my auntie in Houston. That didn't happen. So I was in Houston, and I did get a place. I got a place like the next day. However, it was like really bad. It was in the hood. The lady came out the apartments and was telling me what happened to the other girl that stayed there. All the windows was broken out. She's like, we're going to replace the windows. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. She said that the girl got raped and everything in the apartment. I'm like, oh, hell no, baby. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I might been through some shit, but I'm a bougie little been through some shit. So let me go on and get myself up out of her. I grew up in the middle class area, majority white and Hispanic. Like, I didn't, I live in, let me stop, because I did live in the hood a couple times, but I'm not used to like ghetto things. So let me go ahead and, I'm hood, not ghetto. It's a big difference. So let me go ahead and move my kids up out of here, because my kids is not. They're very suburban. They grew up in Killeen. Okay. They don't know nothing about this. They're from Oklahoma, and they grew up in Killeen. Okay. So with that being said, they don't know nothing about the hood. Let me get up out here, So I was like, I'm going to Dallas, and plus I couldn't find no jobs. They wasn't paying crap. I was like, oh my god, why is Houston paying this little? Everybody got to shake their ass or be selling coochie to get money. You got to be a bottle girl selling. I'm not supposed to sell none of this. No. Let me. I was like, am I gonna have to go back home? Like, I'm not living out here then. Nope, this is not what I'm doing. So I decided to go to Dallas. Well, in Dallas, I had an apartment within the next day. I had a job within the same day. However, the place where I was moving to was apparently very ghetto. It was a lot of immigrants, and she took my apartment and let a Hispanic man who was illegal move in under my name. And I found out when I started working because one of the girls that worked there was Hispanic, and she told me. Yeah, she told me that because she lived in those apartments. She told me that the lady had moved the guy in underneath my name, and everyone was talking about it. Talking about they were scared that everyone's going to get in trouble because of that and things like that. So she told me, and I went into the office, had to show out. So we didn't get our apartment. Well, anywho, I met another girl. She was Puerto Rican, and she's like, "Well, y'all come stay with me to get your apartment." I at a hotel. I didn't just go do this because I wasn't moving my kids to the hood. So if that means I had to stack some money, I was stacking any ways possible. My kids are not hood kids. I don't want them in the hood. Do you see all the things where the kids are just walking down the street and they accidentally get shot? I have seen that so many times, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I kept having dreams of absolutely red for me and my kids, just red. That's a dream of like telling me certain areas is full of death. I didn't want to be in that area, so I feel like, sacrifice is fucking sacrifice. I'm going to sacrifice. And I worked every day, all day. I worked 7 days a week, 16 hours a day for months. Okay. I was working with girls that was going through the same thing I was going through. However, they were staying in extended stays. I wasn't going to do that. I was stacking my money. And I had me a place way before them, and they had been there for months. I had only been there for a month, and I had me a place in Euless, Texas, in a nice area. If you look up Euless, Texas, you will see how nice the area is, how nice the houses are. You will see it. That's why I sent my kids, and that's why I sent them to school. And I'm stating all this because I want to say something to you guys. Like, I understand these moms are like, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. It comes a time when you have to sacrifice, honey. You be getting those taxes, and you spend those taxes, but you stay in the hood where your kids is in jeopardy of getting shot, where your kids is in jeopardy of going through all this stuff, and you're still in the hood. There is no excuse for you not to pack up. I don't care if you got to move to a country town. I do not care. Pack up and move. You put your kids in a bad situation when you decide that you're going to stay somewhere when you know it's. So, and you sitting in the hood like it's safe. Like, no, there's no excuses to me. Like, when every time like this morning, I woke up to a page. I don't know how I got on this page where this lady had got shot and she's paralyzed. Her sister had died. And mind you, when it shows their neighborhood, but it says they were making all this money. And I'm all like, why are you still in that neighborhood? She said her son had got shot when he was only like 5 or something like that. And I'm like, and you stay? Like, you still there? Like, and y'all making money? How? Like, do you get what I'm saying? As a parent, you have to know that sometimes environments are not safe. People are not safe. People be like, well, we don't see you. You didn't come here. You don't go around this. You didn't do that. Because sometimes environments is not the best for you. So you have to pick and choose. Like, I'm going to be a parent today. I'm going to protect them. I'm going to make sure they are in good places. Like me, I literally worked every day in Texas. Almost every single day for hours. Just because I wanted to make sure that we was not put back in bad situations. Like, I didn't want to do it, and I didn't want to live in the hood. I did not. Here, I broke my hand, but mind you, I broke my hand on a 16-hour shift. I was going from one job, which is the same company, to the next, to another building on the side of town where I live at, because I worked there from 3 to 11. Sometimes you have to sacrifice, and I was like, you know what? I'm tired of being in the house. I'm tired of not having a life in Oklahoma because I came back home. However, on the weekends, I'll be off and I can go have fun with my kids. But right now, I'm going to have to do this because we're not doing that. We're not going to live in the hood. We're not going to go through this BS that they be trying to put us through. We're not. So if that means I got to break some backs and, break some knees and some ankles and hands be whatever, then that's what we're going to have to do. And that's crazy, but it's the truth. Because I am a business owner. But, sometimes you get blackballed in business too if they're jealous of you. Like, how does she get that? She ain't smarter than me. And I hear that a lot. Girls be like, she ain't smarter than me. She ain't smarter than me. Clearly, but I am. Anyway, so I'll just be joking. If you know my personality, you understand. Okay. Anywho, but you get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I'm confused on why so many parents will sit in a neighborhood knowing it's not best for them. I don't care if you like to party. I don't care if you like stuff like that. You could still do that, but you make sure your kids is not laying in those neighborhoods. People, you get taxes, you get whatever. Put your kids in homeschool. Don't go nowhere. Save for a year. Move yourself. If you're on Section 8 after a year, you can move to whatever whatever state, move yourself. Like, start researching like states that are more safe for children, researching states that have less child killing, and like do that. So when people judge me, I always think like, you don't know what I had to go through. You couldn't even, if you were me, you have to deal with my daily life. You've been dead. You've been and killed yourself. Because a lot of y'all are weak minded. You weak minded and you attack. And I just always feel like there's no excuses for that. Like, if you know the neighborhood is not safe, like I hear so many people, well, I have to live in a hood because I can't afford to live anywhere else. Baby, there are hoods, and they're like, if you're living in a project, there are projects in nice neighborhoods. They absolutely are. Look for them. Look for them. Like, I just don't see. I don't see it. Like, y'all sit around worried about what other people think of you. You have to go through like me, like the situation I had to go through. Like, oh, you want me worried? I'm not worried about what they think of me, because if they really gave a fuck, they come help. If they really had that money like they speak, then they come help. People that have don't act like that. So I don't worry about what people think. I know who I am, and I know what I had to do, and I know that the people couldn't do it if it was them. You need to pack your kids up and bounce. And this is for me talking to all those mothers in those crazy, crazy cities, in them crazy environments. Sometimes that's the best thing to do. I also was watching a documentary, and I was seeing other stories where kids was talking about how they lived in these bad neighborhoods, and then their mom moved them to the good neighborhoods, and they were so happy. They never thought, they were just happy to be away from all of that. Your kids, even though you might think, oh, well, my kids don't want to leave, girl, it might be the best thing to happen to them. It might be the best thing to happen to them. Like me, I don't care if I gotta work 4 to 5 jobs. My kids is not moving in no hoods. No, absolutely not. They're not moving where I have to worry about them walking down the street and getting shot because somebody to drive by. Now, sometimes stuff can happen. It's nothing you can do about it. Like, it just randomly, stuff happens. However, this place is known and commonly known for drive-bys, commonly known for shootings, commonly known for, even if you're in a KKK neighborhood, and they commonly known for hanging little black boys and doing little stuff to little black girls, I'm not moving in that neighborhood. Absolutely not. It's the same thing to me. That's the hood, baby. Sometimes they can be, niggers too. Yep, absolutely. So I'm not moving in no hoods. None. And I don't understand mothers that sit in them hoods. I don't get it. You get taxes. You get assistance. You get things. Save, stack. I don't care if you got to get on welfare, like get food stamps. That's what that's what it's made for. I don't care if you got to get food stamps and everything else and to just a stack. Do it. Get out of them neighborhoods. Start researching the places you want to be. I started researching, and I realized that home is the best place for me. I'm country as hell, and I didn't realize how country I am. I don't like the big places. I don't like the busy highways. I don't like all of that. Mind you, I got into a car wreck in Dallas because I'm not really a wreck, but I hit like a truck's parts that was falling out in front of me. No one would move to let me over or anything because it was so packed they couldn't even let me get over, so it wasn't like, oh, they just intentionally like, oh girl, you're not getting over. They just literally couldn't let me get over. So I'm at that point, I like my little small place. I like that it's cheap to live here. I like that, like that is, I know how to get around here. I like that I know how to find jobs here. Like, you got to start researching places. My safe place was to come back home. And so I came back home, but I made sure I came back home where I can be able to do what I need to do for me and my kids. Like, you guys need to understand, sometimes, humbling yourself and taking some losses is necessary when you are trying to do better. And who cares what people think about it? It's so many moms sitting in them crazy situations, and they don't have to. They don't have to. Write out a plan. And this is for the moms that's in them crazy places, like scary, because I lived in Chicago. I lived there as a flight code. I don't know, I'm still a little scared than me. But I met so many people. I met so many women that was living in that projects, and they was working their butts off, and they was still in the projects. I'm thinking, like, why you ain't moved to a new city? Why you still here dealing with this? And it's like, I'm in Dallas. I done met some girls that's living in the hood in Dallas, and it's like, and they telling me stories about the hood and stuff like that. And I'm thinking, like, girl, like, come on, like, no, here, let me help you research some places, because I'm only here for a little bit. I came to get away. I knew I was going back home, honey. I needed a break. So like I need a different scenery because you know I'm used to moving around a lot, and I know I can't no more. My kids is getting too big; they ready to stay and sit down. But I needed this last little ruha, okay? So just stuff like that. I needed to clear my head, and it was the best thing I could have did for myself. Cause baby, I don't even think the same no more. I'm so happy and head just spacious free. Anywho, you know, so I'm out. It's like so many times, and I've literally had these conversations with women. Like, you need to start saving, and you need to figure out a place that's best for you. You're gonna have to humble down, honey. Stop buying them shoes. Stop buying them weaves. Girl, go get the synthetic. You gotta humble down a little bit, cause our kids is important. Think about when you get old, especially working in the medical field. You see them old ladies with nobody. You don't want to be that. Take care of your kids. And my absolute dream is to open up a nonprofit organization where I'm able to help single parents, not just moms, single parents, you know, be able to relocate, be able to, you know, become homeowners, be able to do better for kids because it's so much out here that people don't know about people that go through certain things. You know, so that's just one of the things I want to do. Like whenever I went, you know, to Dallas and I met like I don't even know how many women like and they were like, oh, I ran from this situation, I ran from this situation, I'm running from this. They had their kids and they're all saying in extended stays. It was so many down there. Not one girl judged me, not one girl said anything negative about like how I had to come to Texas, how my situation was, because it was so many. Like, and I always wanted to open a nonprofit organization, but I want to so bad now, so bad. Like if you see it, like it was dads. I was meeting dads with no moms, just him and the kids, trying to figure stuff out. Like it's just so many people. Then when I was going through what I was going through in Oklahoma City, I met so many ladies. Like I don't even I see them now at jobs and stuff. Black girls too. I don't speak their business because it's not my place. I just act like I don't know. We speak to each other. I don't say nothing about what they went through. I don't say, who, that's that girl that was, when I was going through this, she was going through it. I don't do that because it's not my place. I don't like people like that. So, you know, like, it's been so many times, like, I just seen it, and I just been like, you know, just, God, get me there. Just get me there, because sometimes we have to be what we see. We have to be that person that helps build that organization. We have to be that person that speaks it out loud for somebody else that can build it, can hear it. You know, just so many different things. And y'all might think like certain things, but you don't know me. And one thing about me is I have a very, very kind heart. And I don't like to see kids put in bad situations. I feel like your kids should be your vessel to forever. Like that's your vessel to forever. Like people that want to live that forever, that's your vessel. Because, you know, you raise your kids right, and when you gone, they live on right. And that's your vessel to forever. And so, like, get your kids into environments where they can learn, they can focus on learning, they can, you know, they can thrive without having to worry about their life being taken from them. Get them into those type of environments, and I feel like it is even better on you as a mom. Like you'll feel different. Like me, I don't have everything perfect, but I'm proud of how far me and my kids has came, because we've been put in some crazy situations, and I've had to absolutely humble the hell out of myself, and I'm proud of myself because I put my kids first and not my pride. And a lot of you moms and dads need to put your kids first and not that pride. Let that pride go. If you have any questions about, or you need some help or anything like that, send me a message. I have no problem. Even if I don't know you, I have no problem with talking to you, trying to find places with you, trying to call around. I have no problem with it. You guys be blessed. Bye.